Alright, hello everyone. Here we are, hole number 4 that I'm setting up for. Now, I've mentioned, a couple times to you guys that blue marble balls here will be wonderful, very good for your average case win that you get. And what I'm going to need to do is kind of a modified version of that with my snow globe. So my wind is going to be, much stronger. And the way that I try to get about this landing zone and adjustment is going to need to, change because of that fact. And here you can see we're getting a very strong wind again, which is going to require me to pretty much probably not go into power at all. The only other thing that I can try is a berserker ball. But what I don't like about berserker is it really doesn't have enough side spin that you'll ever get it back left enough, no matter what. So if you opt to do that, you're pretty much guaranteeing you that you'll be somewhere right of the hole and never back towards the hole. It's going to be hard enough to get it back, even doing it this way. So something you definitely need to consider when you go about doing your adjustment. Let's take a look at what this looks like. 17 miles per hour. That's not too bad. Could be worse. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to stick to maybe about 5 backspin for most cases. And as I mentioned, I'm going to use very, very minimal power. And I'm just trying to use the left of my bullseye as kind of my target and kind of visualize the edge of that rough there. And then I'm going to go 2 full targets plus about 3 rings. So somewhere right around there. And as I mentioned, I'm going to very, very gently power this. Not very much at all. Oh, so it just missed. Oh, that would have been nice to see, because I got around the tree very nice and it just clipped that rough. That might have came in perfect. I was looking really good. So I really do recommend that you go for it. And here's why. Laying up with this crosswind, even at thorn range, even at, just laying up back here is going to make this a very, very challenging shot. So you might as well just go for it. Now, I do not remember seeing if that was a sand shot or if it was a rough shot for me. But here you can see, making it from back there is going to be a very challenging thing to do. Even if you lay up with, the best wind balls, with that crosswind, it's going to be a challenging shot for sure. Looks like I got the spit, 16.7. We'll just try to size this up here. There's 50%, 40 some percent maybe. Somewhere right in here, right around 5 rings. Should be pretty good. Keep in mind that I'm going to also need wind effect as well. So I either need to offset this needle a bit, which it looks like I'm having kind of complications doing. So I'm going to need some kind of curl component. Right around 5 rings here. And as I mentioned, also curling it. I hit a great ball. Probably going to push me out up this hill a little bit too much and not come back. So good luck with this 4th hole, either way. What I'm going to recommend is that you probably do go for it. You can see what I did power-wise. It was very, very, very minimal. I mean, if I got a little bit more wind than that, I wouldn't even use power whatsoever. And in terms of ring adjustment, I'm basically going 25 rings, but the way that you'll see me offsetting, well, 25 for epoch 5, epoch 6. For this epoch 7, I'm going basically 28 rings. And that's with, even with very, very minimal power, still going 28 rings. Now, what you're seeing me move is probably only 23 rings, and that's because the way that I'm aligning, I'm basically visualizing, the wind vector pointing off the left of my bullseye, which means I've already corrected 4 or 5 rings. That lets me make my adjustments faster, so that way I only have to stack and do 2 full targets plus an extra 3 rings, as opposed to 2 full targets plus an extra 8 rings. It's a little bit more complicated. So that's the reason that you see me aim off the left of my bullseye for that hook. And, you've seen epoch 5, epoch 7. It really doesn't change much other than ring adjustment is about 10% difference. Landing zone will be still the same. Power values will still be the same. And as I was mentioning, blue marble is probably your best full power type situation where you can, you just got to make sure that you're bent around that tree, that you get around it, and that you have the backspin to kind of guide the ball towards the hole. And it is going to be possible, I'm sure, for you to get onto the green. It's just going to, kind of require the perfect shot to execute it. So good luck with that 4th hole, and catch you guys for hole 5.